Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Soul Painting Coffee, the place where the art creates a bridge for a journey of discovery. I'm Arianna. I'm a visual artist and a painter and comics author. And here I'm with Regina, a hypnotherapist, and much, much more. And she's a fan of soul awakening stories. And so we will have this opportunity to talk about a painting and see what pop up. So, see, the painting is just not only look at the art, but it's always occasion for you to dive into topics that are related to your life. So I invite you to see this video with your beloved, with your friends, with your partner, and then you can have a beautiful discussion and you can get to know each other in a deeper way. Hi, Regina. I'm so happy to have another conversation with you about art.
Thank you
So
for
together,
having me. Looking forward to discovering what it has to tell us and what's the story today that we need to discuss.
yeah. So I think we will continue to explore Cosmo Collection I created when I was more or less in the period I was in Peru. I was deep in this Andean culture. So there is a lot of inspiration from South America and this ancestral knowledge about Mother Earth and the universe and the connection we have with the universe. If you are agreed, I will start to command one painting that is about a god of the universe. And I feel inspired to talk about that. What do you think? Achoo!
I agree.
Yeah. So let's share the painting. And first, before sharing the painting, which is a relation with the universe, which is a relation with this idea of God, how do you imagine this?
I think people are waking up and questioning a lot of things. We have so many gods, and it's such a deep conversation. I think it's very curious to explore this in the sense, what is God? Who is God? Knowing that there's so many gods and so many nationalities who believe in different gods, but what is God? So it's very interesting. I think it's a very good topic.
It will be very thrilling, this painting, also to discuss together because the name of this painting is Avatar. So we will explore some kind of new concept of God and ourselves. So let me share the screen and let's see what pop up from the painting. Okay, so this is the painting. This is Avatar. And this painting it's really I did when I was in Peru. I painted in Chivay. That is a little village in the Colca place, in the Colca Valley. It's a magical valley when there is this Colca River that inspired me so much. And in that moment, I was painting all the walls of this hotel with the inspiration from the universe. This place still exists in Chivay. The name is La Pascana. All the paintings are still there, even if the owner died, unluckily, recently. But the altitude of this village was 3,700 meters. And when you are in this altitude, the oxygen, everything is lower, but you oxygenate so much yourself. So I have so big inspiration with the colors, and probably I was near to the universe because of the altitude. And so between one mural and another mural, I make this in the room of my hotel where I was. So what do you
Maybe you
see?
could explain, like maybe what do I see?
Yeah.
For me, it's like almost like the woman of the universe who has all the keys to the universe, and she knows what needs to happen in order for herself and for everybody else. It's almost like this never-ending source of energy, which we all have in us. So this is what's coming up for me.
So you feel there is a source of energy in us that is never ending, that we can access to.
Yeah, like women have this endless energy that is, if it's worked, like women can do anything they want. And they have this goddesses who are coming through them, who perhaps have all these colors. And I can see obviously with the big thing in France, it's almost like the portal, endless energy coming out. And obviously there's keys, so you have to know how to get to it, but it's always there.
Uh-huh. So interesting. I love when the person just share the story about what's in the painting, because at the end, the painting, the relationship between you and the painting is very personal. So like an artist, I know that I make paintings and I give my own stories and my own sensation. But I do believe that when we do something that is very important, a lot of time, even we are not aware, like painters or artists, what we're
Mm.
doing, honestly. So as we talked before, opening this soul painting cafe, a lot of time we, like visual artists, are channeling somehow some dimensions. And even ourselves, we don't really know where this inspiration come from and why we paint like that, and which is the meaning deep inside of these creatures that wants to reveal itself through a three-dimensional reality where we are. So it's very, for me, exciting. For me, painting in that moment was a way to explore some invisible words that I can't do it with my logic. So it's like the place where imagination meets spaces that are still in our reality, but we can't see them because our human eyes are trained to see the physical reality. But there is another eye that can see other things, especially in Peru. When we talk about the cultural Andins, there are these figures of the curanderos and the women. You talk about the women, very interesting topic. And there is in Peruvian ancient times, and probably still now, there was a school for women to be trained to understand how their energy works in themselves and how powerful they were and they are. And this schools has some names, have a name. And it's very interesting because these women, if they had enough energy in their body, because when we burn, regarding to the cosmovision, not all we burn with the same quantity of energy. Some, depending on our mission in this planet, in our life, nature give different kind of characteristic, and you can see that, isn't it? Look
Mm.
around you, your friends, people. It seems there are people who have more quantity of energy and they're the pull to do a lot of things. And there are people who have the energy to really have some kind of more simple, and it's not a judgment of qualities, it's simple like what happens. We have not the same quantity of energy. There was a training for special women that were supposed to guide the society to train themselves and to understand their energies. So there was this possibility for them to assess to this sight that was the capacities in the darkness, the energetic reality, and what is beyond our physical eyes. So they close their eyes and they open up other eyes and they could see many things. So it's
Wow.
very fascinating.
I
And
think it's like what you're saying that some people have more energy. I think it's almost we are all born here for things that we should be doing, what should come through us, and not everybody if would have the same. It wouldn't be as special. And I think we don't need to be all the same. So obviously, it's very interesting that we all have our path that we need to follow. And obviously, there's some women who maybe bring more of this energy into this world. And it's just so interesting that in Peru, they actually take this seriously. In this world, in our European worlds, these things are not discussed. And it feels so special that you had the chance to go and explore this and bring this energy to this world. And now talking about it, it just even connects more me to this painting. So I'm very, very
yeah,
connected.
yeah, I mean, it's like stories where we are sharing about a painting to help the person who see this painting to find something probably inside and make some kind of click, probably, and have some inspiration. Because at the end of the day, art is for inspire people and create new awakening in their spirit, in their soul, and act in new way in their life. So at the end is what we are doing. We are talking about this to really make it more accessible. So in this, especially in this painting that you see, probably is like this. Yeah. So the inspiration is about, as you say, probably the feminine figures, but the way we see this, the name is Avatar. So she's an avatar. And the curious thing and is the way we can see ourselves, even, I think. We can see ourselves like the explosion of thousand and thousand and millions and billions of stars. We are universe. So this vision is really
Yeah,
bring you the
like
idea.
when you started talking about the women, I almost saw like the universe in the middle could be like a sun and we are all the universe, and then the little dots could be like the planets or energies that are around us. So there's so many things happening here.
Yeah, exactly. There is an expansion view of yourself, even I can say, because normally, if you look this and you think about, oh, this is a creature of the universe, he has wide eyes. It means that it doesn't need the physical eyes to see,
Wow.
and because the light can see everything, and so it's white, it's pure, and still there is a shape that is the face. I think is interesting is to question. First, also the person is looking this video. How you look yourself is really influencing how you act in your life, which is your self-image. We can see ourselves through the image that is reflecting on the mirror. And that's an image that we can be beautiful, older, younger,
Yeah,
whatever.
like it would be good if people would share in the comments what do they get connected to the painting and what do they feel. I think it would be very interesting to start the conversation and
Yeah.
just maybe someone else will see something completely different, and it would be so fascinating to find out
Yeah,
what
exactly.
emotions it's bringing out in you.
Exactly. And even yourself, how you see yourself. It's very important because when you see yourself, the way you see yourself is also the way you decide to act in your life. So in this case, this person is like an image that is like we are making of infinite universe, infinite stars. And there is this idea, this big round circle, it seems like a sun, is in my imagination was like our mind. So the mind is like a sun we have, and it's capable to produce different kind of reality, outside, inside. There is a connection between what we think and what we see, and
Mm.
who we are, and how we tap into that. And in these thoughts, in this mind, there is the planet Earth in the middle, and this rounded circle that seems like a snake or a lotus flower, but is like the energy in the Andean culture is represented with the snake. The name of the snake is Amaru, and is what really when I was there, I was really dive into this. And I remember I was looking nature, mountains, and I see like big snakes everywhere. Not snakes, but the way the mountains are, the rivers reminds a lot of this incredible, elegant, and sinuous movement of the snake. And yeah, so this painting has a special characteristic. Now I don't have the video, but if you put the light that change the colors, this painting start to be animated. So it changed completely the expression. And that's something I discovered one day when I had all my painting in my room and I have this lamp that changed the color. And I start to see all the painting come alive in different ways. And it was like, I can't say scary, but there was a lot of wonder. I said, wow, I didn't know there can happen this. And this is because there is a lot of fluorescent colors used involved in this painting. And that's somehow the thing is that there is a lot of meaning in the thing, in the thought that we are continuously changing. It's not, no, nothing is fixed. Everything's changing. The light is changing. And when change the light, it changes the impression we have of reality, depending how we
So this
are.
painting might appear for you different tomorrow, right? Because your vision of life has changed and your connection to the painting might change. And that's why I love your painting so much. Like when you just look at it, you get connected straight away to something. And it's just so important, I think, to discuss these things and bring them to these conversations and chats.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's interesting to see and spirals. If you see now, I just say two more things about the painting, then I will come back to you. We can have maybe some kind of insight of this. But there is spirals. Spirals are the symbols of energy and evolution. And then you see circles can be planets, can be reality, dimension, situations. And what is outside is always inside. So that's very interesting, I think, a thought to think about. And I will ask the person that is looking this video to comment, but think, what does she think or he thinks about this? That our mind produces certain images and how these images are reflected in our life. If you think that you can have an avatar of yourself in the universe that you connect to, and probably this is a kind of God, this is a version of you very evolved, very wise, that can bring to you exactly the inspiration you need in the present moment in this reality, in 3D reality. and you can be inspired. At the end, it seems it is something outside of you, but it's not. So that's the latest thing. Yeah.
Fascinating. So much for bringing these paintings into these worlds. And I think that's why it's so important to have these conversations and ignite this process of thinking and healing and just making this energies possible. And I think it's just so important. And that's why I'm excited to be doing this podcast with you. And I think it's amazing. I cannot wait to look at all the other paintings. I think it's important if anybody actually wants to have any of these paintings, there's a link below and you can actually order posters. Some of the originals are still available. I think they're very special and to have something like this is just amazing to look at it every day. So for me, I cannot wait to get mine. Yeah.
So I want to ask you, Regina, what do you feel about this painting? So why you feel is inspiring from you? What do you receive?
What do I receive? I receive that women are so powerful and sometimes they forget that or don't know that or can't even imagine that. And in certain cases, like when you're in a family or women are there to almost serve, being the mothers, being the carers, being the cleaners. I think it's just a reminder that you are so powerful and all of this energy is in you and you it's just a reminder that we have so much power in us and we can achieve so many things. Sometimes it's all you need to, when it's tough, when it's hard, is to remind yourself that we have these capabilities and we can use them and we can connect with this any time of the day. I don't know. This is what's coming up to me.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a super good point to remind a woman who's looking this video that we have a universe inside, and every woman has a whole universe. And in this universe, she can choose what to pick up for her life and what she wants to show in her life. And I think is important. It was a lesson for me. We don't have to address all that we are all the time in all we do, in the work, in the relationship, because there is an immensity inside of us in terms of emotions, feelings, desires. And desires is what really light up our stars in our universe and expand our being. But there is a love inside of us.
The women and in general, we are taught that we need to go and find love outside. We need to look pretty the way people will think of us. But actually, if you turn it around and realize that the energy is inside you, the love is inside you, if you find the love inside you, it's always there. You don't need it from somewhere else. You can source it from yourself because that's the key. When you understand that it comes from you rather than trying to please someone or be better for someone, if you find that you are enough as you are, the energy changes and it's just so magical.
Yeah. And I want to share with you another painting for today. That is the Pachamama. Is a painting I'm really, or it's always the same situation. I was in this hotel and in the middle of one mirror another, I was making this canva. And the Pachamama is a Mother Earth in the Andean culture and represent this cosmic force that is also embodied in the physical nature that we can see in the form of oceans, in the form of the forest, and everything is belong to nature, is an expression of the Pachamama. But the curious thing is that the Pachamama is also a spiritual being we can relate to, we can talk to, and they make rituals, the curanderos in the Andes, to really connect and ask things. So there is a very mother connection with the nature, let's say mother nature. And I think this is very nice because in the religion of the Western religion, there is a lot of a kind of idea of this kind of distance, if we want, between the God and us. But I think that there is some kind of loving and spiritual immense being in the planet Earth. There is Mother Earth that is really taking care of all her creatures. It's very important talking about the self-love and how you can nurturing yourself when you feel lost, especially women when they have a kind of stress in their life and they get lost and they get without direction and they get some issues, illness, broke up in relationship. There is a lot of suffering and pain and burden. So what is the best thing? is to go in nature, spend time in nature and let nature heal you, because nature absorbs everything we have and everything is not in harmony. And nature has the power to harmonize us because we are, in a way, nature made visible, like in the forms of human beings. If you want, we can share with the people this painting that I think is a good reminder for that. Okay, so it was so exciting, Regina, see this painting together and with you. I love your observation. And now is the turn of the person who is looking this video. You are looking this video. So if you want comment, say to us and share what in this painting, what does it mean for you? Be connected to your avatar. If you feel you have an avatar in the universe, and what is your power for you if you are a woman, which is the powerful gift that you have inside of your universe that you didn't show up still and you want to show up and to explore. Please comment and share with us. I will love and we will love to see also your opinion. And if you have any resources that can be useful in this sense, share also these resources so we create some kind of movement of expansion for everybody. So thank you so much, Regina. Do you want to say something for closing this?
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Please let us know how you feel about the paintings. We're really curious what kind of feelings it sparked in you. Let's keep the conversation open.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have the links for the paintings and posters and things in the comment below. And yeah, see you in the next Soul Painting Coffee. Ciao.